Hello students, so today we'll start with our exercise 4.5 of NCERT textbook. So let's start with question number 4. Given to us is a matrix of order 3. So this is our given matrix A, and the question says that verify this result, and the result is A into adjoint A is equals to adjoint A into A is equals to determinant of A into I, where I is the identity matrix. So first we will start with adjoint of A. As we know, adjoint A has two steps in it. First we need to find cofactors of all the elements, and then we will take the transpose of the matrix of the cofactors. So let's start with the cofactor of first element. Cofactor will be, ignoring first row, ignoring first column, we'll get 3 into 0 minus 0, which will be 0. Next is A12, because of 1, 2, we will have a negative here. Ignoring first row, ignoring second column, 3 into 3 will give us 9, minus 1 into minus 2 will give us minus 2. So 9 plus 2 is 11 and 1 minus. Then third one, A13, ignoring first row, ignoring third column, you will get 0 minus 0, which is 0. Then A21, this is 2, 1, so minus here. Ignoring second row, ignoring first column, 3 into minus 1, minus 3, and minus 0 into 2, which is 0. So minus of minus 3 is 3. Then A22, ignoring second row, ignoring second column, you will get 3 into 1, 3, minus 1 into 2, which is 2, so 3 minus 2 is 1. Then A23, 2, 3, so there will be a negative here. Ignoring second row, ignoring third column, 0 into 1 is 0, and minus 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. So you will get minus of minus 1 is plus 1, and here it is minus, so ultimately minus 1. Then A31, ignoring third row, ignoring first column, minus 2 into minus 1 is 2, minus 0 into 2 is 0, which is 2. Then A32, ignoring third row, ignoring second column, minus 2 into 1 is minus 2, and 3 into 2 is 6. So minus 6. Because of 3, 2, we will have a negative here. Minus 6, minus 2 is minus 8, and minus of minus 8 is 8. Then A33, ignoring third row, ignoring third column, you will have 0 minus of minus 3. So 0 of minus 3 will give you 3. Now for adjoint A, replace all the elements with the respective cofactors. So 0, minus 11, 0, 3, 1, minus 1. Here it is written. And the cofactors of third row, 2, 8, 3. Here it is 2, 8, 3. And this is our transpose. So let's take the transpose. First row will become first column. Second row will become second column. And third row will become third column. So we are done with adjoint A. Now our result is we have to multiply A with adjoint A. So now let's start with the multiplication. A into adjoint A, the value of matrix A is here and the value of adjoint A is here. So let's start with the multiplication of these two matrices. First element here is multiply first row here and first column here. So we have to multiply the corresponding elements. 1 into 0, 0, plus minus 1 into minus 11 is 11. 2 into 0 is 0. Next element, 3 into 3, 9. Next element, 1 into 3, 3, minus 1 into 1, minus 1, 2 into minus 1, minus 2. Next element, 1 into 2 is 2, minus 1 into 8 is minus 8, 2 into 3 is 6. Now similarly this element will be 3 into 0, which is 0, 0 into minus 11, 0, minus 2 into 0, which is 0. Next one, 3 into 3 is 9, 0 into 1 is 0, and minus 2 into minus 1 is plus 2. Your next element, this is your element A23. So you will take second row and third column. So 3 into 2, 6, 0 into 8, 0, and minus 2 into 3, which is minus 6. Next element 1 into 0, 0, 0 into minus 11 is 0, and 3 into 0 is again 0. Then 1 into 3 is 3, 0 into 1 is 0, and 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. 1 into 2 is 2, 0 into 8 is 0, and 3 into 3 is 9. Let's simplify it further. 0 plus 11 plus 0 will be 11. 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 minus 8 is minus 6. Minus 6 plus 6 is 0. Then here it will be 0. 9 plus 2 is 11. 6 minus 6 is 0. Here you will have a 0. Then 3 minus 3 is 0, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So we are done with the one part. Now the next is we have to find adjoint A into A. Once again, similarly, adjoint A is with us. We also know the value of A, which is already given in the question. Once again, we will multiply these two matrices. Calculation part is here only. You can see this calculation part, and when you will solve it, you will get 11 0 0 0 11 0 0 0 11. Now our result was A into adjoint A equals to adjoint A into A equals to determinant of A into I. We are done with first two steps. Now we have to see the third one. For this one, we need to calculate determinant of A. A is with us. Let's see the calculations for determinant of A. When you will expand A along first row, this is what you will get, which is 11. Now determinant of A into I, where I basically is your identity matrix of order 3. So 11 times of identity matrix of order 3 will give you 11 0 0 0 11 0 and 0 0 11. So as we can see, adjoint of A into A was also the same matrix. A into adjoint A was also the same matrix, and now determinant of A into I is also coming out to be the same matrix. Therefore, we have verified this result that adjoint A into A is equals to A times of adjoint A is equals to determinant of A into I. Our next question is question number 6. Given to us is a matrix of order 2, and we have to find the inverse of this matrix. So as we know, the formula for inverse using adjoint is A inverse is equals to adjoint of A upon determinant of A. But the very first step is that we will calculate determinant of A, because at any point of time, if determinant of A comes out to be 0, then we never go for adjoint A. We simply write that A inverse does not exist. So our first step is, let's calculate determinant of A. 2 into minus 1, which is minus 2, minus 3 into 5, which is minus 15. So minus 2 plus 15 will give us 13, which is not equals to 0. As determinant of A is not 0, which means A is a non-singular matrix, and hence we can say that A inverse will exist. Now in order to find adjoint A, we will apply our shortcut, interchange diagonal elements. So we have interchanged diagonal elements here and change sign of non-diagonal elements. So it was minus 3, now it will become 3, and here it was 5, it will become minus 5. So this is nothing but adjoint of A. Now let's apply our formula that A inverse is nothing but adjoint A upon determinant of A. So our determinant of A was 13, so 1 upon 13, and adjoint A is written here, and this is nothing but A inverse. Next question, question number 9. Question number 9 is also same. Given to us is matrix A of order 3. Here also we have to find inverse of A, but this time it is of order 3. That's why we are solving it. As usual, our first step should be that we will calculate determinant of A, because it's very important to check that A should be a non-singular matrix. So determinant of A, we are expanding it along R1. 2 as it is. Here we will get 1 into minus 1 and minus 0. Then minus 1, 1 into 4, 4, minus 0, plus 3, 2 into 4 is 8, and minus 7 into minus 1, which is plus 7. So we will get 2 into minus 1 into 4, plus 3 into 1. Here you will get minus 2, minus 4, plus 3. So minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6, plus 3, which is minus 3. So which is not equals to 0. Determinant of A is not 0. Therefore, A inverse exists. Now, in order to apply our formula of A inverse, the formula is written here. The same formula is applicable here also. So now we need to calculate adjoint A. And adjoint A basically means we have to calculate cofactors of all 9 elements. So let's start with the first one. Cofactor of first element, ignore first row, first column. 1 into minus 1 and minus 2 into 0, which is 0. So we are getting minus 1. Next one, ignoring first row, second column, 1 into 4 and minus 0, minus because of 1 2. Then A13, ignore first row, third column, 2 into 4 is 8 and minus 7 into minus 1, which is 7. So we will get 1 here. Then A21, ignoring second row, first column, 1 minus 6, which is minus 5. So minus of minus 5 is plus 5. Then A22, ignoring second row and second column, 1 into 2, which is 2 minus 7 into 3. So minus of minus 21 will be plus 21 and 21 plus 2 is 23. Then A23, ignoring second row, third column, 2 into 2 is 4 and minus 7 into 1, which is minus 7. So 4 minus of minus 7 and there is one minus outside because of 2 3. So minus of 11. Then A31, ignoring third row, first column, 0 minus 3 is 3. Then A32, ignoring third row and second column, you will get 0 minus 12. So 0 minus 12, which is 12, because there is a negative also, so this minus 12 of minus will become 12. Then A33, that is ignoring third row and third column, we will have minus 1 into 2, which is minus 2, and minus 4 into 1, which is 4. So minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6. So now we have cofactors of all the elements with us. We will simply replace all the elements with their respective cofactors. So after doing this, we will get adjoint A. So these are nothing but the cofactors of all the respective elements. We have substituted them and here it is transpose. So let's take the transpose. First row will become first column, second row will become second column, and third row will become third column. So now we will apply our formula, that is A inverse is equals to adjoint A upon determinant of A. Determinant of A was minus 3 and this is adjoint A, which is written here only. So we have substituted this value and this is nothing but our A inverse. Our next question is question number 11. In question number 11 also, a matrix of order 3 is given to us and we have to calculate its inverse. The steps will remain the same. Let's see the calculation part. The first step is always that we need to check that determinant of A should be non-zero. So let's calculate determinant of A. We are expanding it along R1. So 1 as it is, minus cos alpha into cos alpha is minus cos square alpha, and minus sin alpha into sin alpha is sin square alpha. Let's take negative common. So it will become minus 1 and here it is cos square alpha plus sin square alpha, which is 1. So minus 1 into 1 is minus 1, which is not equals to 0. Determinant of A is non-zero. Therefore, A inverse exists. Now let's start with the cofactor. Cofactor of first element, ignoring first row and first column, minus cos alpha into cos alpha, minus cos square alpha, and minus sin alpha into sin alpha is sin square alpha. Take negative common, cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is 1. Then A12, ignoring first row and second column, minus cos alpha into 0 is 0 and minus 0 into sin alpha is also 0. So A12 will be 0. A13, ignoring first row and third column, sin alpha into 0 is 0, minus 0 into cos alpha is also 0. Therefore, A13 is 0. Next is A21, ignoring second row, first column, minus cos alpha into 0 is 0, minus sin alpha into 0 is also 0. So once again 0. Then A22, ignoring second row and second column, minus cos alpha into 1 is minus cos alpha, and minus 0 into 0 is 0. So we will get minus cos alpha here. Then A23, ignoring second row and third column, sin alpha into 1 is sin alpha and 0 into 0 is 0. But minus sin alpha because of 2 3. Then A31, ignoring third row, first column, sin alpha into 0 minus cos alpha into 0. So which is 0 only. Then A32, ignoring third row, second column, Sin alpha into 1 is sin alpha, but because there is 3, 2 here, so minus of sin alpha. Then A3, 3, ignoring third row, third column, cos alpha into 1 is cos alpha, and 0 into 0 is 0. So this is nothing but the cofactor of the element A33. Now we will replace all the elements with the respective cofactors. So they all are written. So minus 1, 0, 0. So it's minus 1, 0, 0 here. The next is 0 minus cos alpha minus sin alpha. So it's written here. And the third row, 0 minus sin alpha cos alpha. So 0 minus sin alpha cos alpha will take the transpose. First row will become first column. Second row will become second column. And third row will become third column. Now we will apply the formula that A inverse is nothing but adjoint A upon determinant of A. Determinant of A was minus 1. So let's substitute minus 1. And adjoint A, it's written here only. So we have only copied it from here. Now minus 1, we are multiplying our matrix with minus 1. So inside all the signs will change. It will become 1. 0, zeros will remain zeros. And it will become plus cos alpha plus sin alpha, and this will become minus cos alpha. This minus is written here. I hope this is visible. This is minus cos alpha. All the signs will change, and this is nothing but our final answer, that is A inverse. Our next question is given to us are two matrices, matrix A and B, both are of order 2, and this is a result given to us which we need to verify, and the result is AB inverse is same as B inverse into A inverse. So as we can see, this involves B inverse as well as A inverse. So the first thing is that we need to check whether their inverses exists or not. So that for that we'll calculate determinant of A, 5 into 3 15 minus 2 into 7 14, which is 1. So it's not equals to 0, it means A inverse exists. Then B, then 9 into 6 is 54 minus 8 into 7 will give you 56. That is minus 2, again not equals to 0. Therefore, B inverse also exists. So, we'll calculate their inverses. For that, we need to calculate their adjoint. So, we will apply our shortcut here. Interchange diagonal elements 5, 3 and change signs of non-diagonal elements. And here, adjoint B will be once again interchange diagonal elements and change sign of non-diagonal elements. Now we will apply the formula A inverse adjoint of A upon determinant of A. Similarly, B inverse adjoint of B upon determinant of B. Adjoint A, it's written here, and determinant of A was 1. Adjoint B, this is the value of adjoint B, and determinant of B was minus 2. Now let's see right hand side. For right hand side, we have to multiply B inverse with A inverse. So let's start with the calculation. B inverse into A inverse. So value of B inverse, we have taken it here, and value of A inverse is here. This is a scalar outside. So let's multiply these two matrices first. So for first element, 9 into 5, which is 45, and minus 8 into minus 2, which is 16. Next element, 9 into minus 7, minus 63, minus 8 into 3, which is minus 24. Then minus 7 into 5, minus 35, and 6 into minus 2 is minus 12. Minus 7 into minus 7 is plus 49, and 6 into 3 is 18, which is equals to minus 1 by 2 of 45 plus 16 is 61, 35 and 12, which is minus 47, minus 63 minus 24 is minus 87, and 49 plus 18 will give you 67. So we are done with one part. Right hand side is with us. Now we'll see our left hand side. So in the given result, our left hand side is AB whole inverse. It means first we need to multiply A and B. So let's start with the calculation. So this is the value of A and this is the value of B. Let's multiply these two. Our first element will be 3 into 6, 18, plus 7 into 7, 49, 3 into 8, which is 24, plus 7 into 9, which is 63, 2 into 6 is 12, plus 5 into 7 is 35, 2 into 8 is 16 plus 5 into 9 is 45. Let's add them. 18 plus 49 will give you 67. 12 plus 35 is 47. 24 plus 63 is 87, and 16 plus 45 is 61. Now in order to calculate its inverse, first we need to check that this matrix should be a non-singular matrix. So let's calculate its determinant. 61 into 67 minus 47 into 87, which is equals to 67 into 61 will give you 4087, and 47 into 87 will give you 4089. So you will get minus 2, which is not equals to 0. It means AB inverse will exist. Let's calculate adjoint of AB. Once again our shortcut, interchange diagonal elements 61, 67 and change signs of non-diagonal elements, minus 47 minus 87. Let's apply the formula. AB inverse will be nothing but adjoint of AB upon determinant of AB. Adjoint of AB is here only, and determinant of AB was minus 1 by 2. So this is nothing but our left hand side. So now you can see our right hand side was this matrix, and our left hand side is again coming out to be same. You can compare these two, they are exactly same. It means that AB inverse is same as B inverse into A inverse. So we will write that left hand side is equals to right hand side, hence verified. So our next question is question number 14. In question number 14, a matrix of order 2 is given to us, and further it is written that find A and B such that A square plus small a times of our matrix plus B times of identity matrix is equals to 0. See, this is not 0, this is actually O, which means a 0 matrix. Hence find A inverse. So we'll start our question with this equation. Equation is A square plus A times of our matrix plus B times of identity matrix equals to a 0 matrix. A is already with us, so substitute value. A square means multiplying matrix A with A itself plus A times of A plus B times of identity. Although order of identity was not mentioned in the question, but whether order of identity is mentioned or not mentioned, order of identity used in any matrix equation is always same as the order of the matrix given to us. So we will take an identity matrix of 2 here, and similarly this will be a 0 matrix of order 2. So let's multiply these two. 3 into 3, 9 plus 2 will give us 11. Next element will be 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1, which is 6 plus 2, which is 8. Then 1 into 3 is 3 plus 1, and 1 into 2 is 2 plus 1 into 1 is 1. So here you will get 9 plus 2, 11. 3 plus 1, 4. 6 plus 2, 8. And 2 plus 1, 3. Further multiply this A inside the matrix. So you will get 3A, A, 2A and A. And similarly multiplying this scalar B with this identity matrix, you will get B0, 0B, which is equals to a 0 matrix. Now add these three matrices. Our first element will be 11 plus 3A plus B, 4 plus A, 8 plus 2A, then 3 plus A plus B, which is equals to 0, 0, 0, 0. And we know that whenever two matrices are equal, their corresponding elements are equal. So with this we will get 4 equations because we will have 4 elements. So 11 plus 3A plus B will be 0, 8 plus 2A will be 0, 4 plus A will be 0, and 3 plus A plus B will also be 0. See, given these two or taken these two, see, out of these two we can take any one to calculate our A. So we are taking this one. 4 plus A is 0. It means A equals to minus 4. But we will also substitute it back in this equation to check whether this value of A satisfies it or not. So if A is minus 4, let's substitute it back here. Left hand side here is 8 plus twice of A, where A is minus 4. So 8 plus 2 times of minus 4 is 0. So yes, we are getting right hand side, which means that whatever value of A we are getting, that value should be true for all the equations. So yes, A is minus 4 and it is true for both the equations. Now similarly, we will take a equals to minus 4 in this relation, which is 11 plus 3a plus b equals to 0. So when we substitute a equals to minus 4 here, the value of b will come out to be 1. But we will also check it, or we will verify it in the next relation also. Our next relation is 3 plus a plus b equals to 0. A is already with us, which is minus 4, and b is also with us. We are only checking it. So 3 plus value of a plus b, which was 1. So this was our left hand side. Let's solve it. 3 minus 4 is minus 1, and minus 1 plus 1 is 0. So yes, we are getting our right hand side. So in such type of questions, it is very important that whenever you calculate a and b, on the same time you should also check it, because those values should satisfy all the relations whatever you are getting from your matrix. Now further, this was the equation given to us. We have already calculated the value of a and b. So let's replace these two values in this equation. So we will get a square minus 4a plus I equals to 0. Now the question was that first we need to calculate a and b, and hence find a inverse. So whenever this word hence is used in the question, you cannot use the method of adjoint a upon determinant of a. We always have to use the result given in the question. So here also we will use this result only. So this was our result now, a square minus 4a plus I equals to 0. So let's see how we will use this result to find our a inverse. As you can see right now in this result, there is no a inverse. So first we will bring a inverse in our equation. So for that we can do two things. Either we can post multiply our equation with a inverse, or we can pre-multiply our equation with a inverse. Now maybe you people are thinking, what is post multiplication? Post multiplication basically means on the back side of every term. Pre-multiplication basically means on the front side of every term. So here we are doing post multiplication by a inverse on both the sides. So pay attention here. A square, this term when post multiplied with a inverse, will become a square into a inverse. Similarly, this will become 4a into a inverse plus I into a inverse equals to 0 matrix into a inverse. Now further, a square can be written as a into a, and this a inverse minus 4a into a inverse plus I into a inverse equals to 0 matrix into a inverse. Now any matrix multiplied with its inverse will give us identity. Once again, a into a inverse will give us identity, and identity matrix multiplied with any other matrix will give us the matrix itself, and a 0 matrix multiplied with any matrix will give you a 0 matrix. Once again, a into I will be a minus 4 times of I plus a inverse equals to 0. Now we need to calculate a inverse. So let's keep your a inverse on one side and transpose these two terms on other sides. So you will get 4i minus a. 4 as it is. Let's substitute the values now. Value of identity matrix 1001 minus a. A was already given in the question. So we have used our same matrix. Let's calculate it. 4 into 1 is 4 minus 3. Next element will be 4 into 0, which is 0, minus 2. 4 into 0 is 0, minus 1. And then 4 into 1 is 4 minus 1. So you will get 4 minus 3, which is 1, minus 1. Here you will get minus 2, and here you will get 3. So A inverse is nothing but this. So the important thing in this question was this, that whenever it is written that find A or B, or in case the question is that prove this result and hence find A inverse, then you have to use this result only. You can't use elementary operations. You can't use the method of adjoint. You have to use this result only. Our next question is question number 15. In question number 15, a matrix of order 3 is given, and we have to show that a cube minus 6a square plus 5 times of a plus 11 times of identity is equals to a 0 matrix. Hence, find a inverse. So in this question, first we will prove this, and then this word hence is used here, so we will find A inverse using this result only. So always remember, whenever it is hence find A inverse, it means that we have to make use of this matrix equation only. So let's start with the solution. In order to find A cube, first we will find A square. So A square means multiplication of A with A itself. So let's see the first element. First element will be 1 into 1, 1 plus 1 plus 2. Second element will be 1 into 1, which is 1, 1 into 2, which is 2, and 1 into minus 1, which is minus 1. Third element will be, we'll take this row and this column, 1 into 1, which is 1, 1 into minus 3, and 1 into 3 is 3. Our next element will be second row and first column, 1 into 1 plus 2 and minus 6. Next one, 1 plus 2 into 2, 4, and minus 3 into minus 1, that is plus 3. And the next one is 1 into 1, 1, then 2 into minus 3 is minus 6, and minus 3 into 3 is minus 9. Next element, that is third row first column, 2 into 1, 2, minus 1, and 3 into 2, 6. Next one, 2 into 1 is 2, minus 2, and 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. And the last one will be 2 into 1, 2, minus 1 into minus 3 is 3, and 3 into 3 will be 9. So let's further simplify it. 2 plus 1 will give you 4. Here minus 1 and plus 1 will get cancelled. You will get 2. Minus 3 and 3 will get cancelled. You will get 1 here. Here 2 plus 1 is 3, minus 6 is minus 3, 4 plus 3 plus 1. So this will give you, that is 5 plus 3, 8, and here you will get minus 14. Then 6 plus 2 is 8, minus 1 is 7, again minus 3 here, and 9 plus 3 will give you 12, plus 2 will give you 14. So this is A square. Now in order to get A cube, further we'll multiply A square with A again. So A cube equals to A multiplied with A square. This is the value of A which was given in the question, and just now we have calculated A square. Once again we will multiply these two matrices with the same method, that first row and first column, then first row with second column, and then first row with third column. So this ways we'll get these three elements. Then for the next three we will multiply second row with first column for this element, then second row with second column for this element, and second row with third column for this element, and similarly the last row. So when we will calculate this, our A cube will be 871 minus 23, 27 minus 69, 32 minus 13, and 58. Now the left hand side of our given matrix equation is A cube minus 6A square plus 5 times of A plus 11 times of I. So as usual, order of I is not given, but because order of A is 3, so we will take an identity matrix of order 3 here. So let's substitute the values. A cube is already with us. We have substituted the value of A cube here, minus 6. We have also calculated A square. So this is A square plus 5 times of A. This was already given in the question, plus 11 times of identity. So we have taken an identity matrix of order 3 here. Now we will solve these 4 together. So our first element will be 8 minus 6 into 4, 24, plus 5 into 1, 5, plus 11 into 1, 11. Although we can also add one more step here, that first we can multiply 6 and 5 inside, and then we can add these 4 matrices, but we are doing it straight away. We are doing multiplication also, and then we are adding them also. So this way your next element will be 7, and here second element will be minus 6 into 2, which is minus 12, plus 5 into 1 is 5, and 11 into 0 is 0. Now third element, 1, minus 6 into 1 is minus 6, 5 into 1 is 5, and 11 into 0 is 0. Next one, minus 23, minus 6 into minus 3 is plus 18, 5 into 1 is 5, and 11 into 0 is 0. So basically we are adding the corresponding elements here. Next, 27, minus 6 into 8 is minus 48, plus 5 into 2 is 10, and 11 into 1 is 11. Next element, minus 69, minus 6 into minus 14 is 84, then 5 into minus 3 is minus 15, and 11 into 0 is 0. This element will be 32, minus 6 into 7 is minus 8, 5 into 2 is 10, and 11 into 0 is 0. This element will be minus 13, minus 6 into minus 3 is plus 18, 5 into minus 1 is minus 5, and 11 into 0 is 0. And the last element will be 58 as it is, minus 6 into 14 is minus 84, 5 into 3 is 15 here, and 11 into 1 is 11. So now this is our matrix which we are getting after doing these 4 operations. Now let's see what will we get. Here we are getting 11 plus 5 will give us 16, and 16 plus 8 will give us plus 24, and plus 24 and minus 24 is 0. So this way, when you will solve all these 9 elements, you will get 0, 0, 0 everywhere. So a matrix whose every element is 0 is nothing but a 0 matrix, and this 0 matrix is nothing but the right hand side of our given matrix equation. So hence we have proved this result, we have proved this matrix equation. Now we have already proved this matrix equation, so we will use this matrix equation to find A inverse. So we will post multiply by A inverse the way we did it in the previous question also. A cube multiplied with A inverse minus 6A square multiplied with A inverse. Similarly, 5A into A inverse plus 11 times of A inverse equals to 0 matrix into A inverse. Let's solve it further. It is A raised to the power 3. So it can be written as A square into A, and A inverse can be written in one bracket because matrix multiplication is associative. Then minus 6, this is A square. 1A is with 6, and 1A we have combined with A inverse. A multiplied with its inverse is nothing but identity, and identity matrix into any other matrix is nothing but the matrix itself, and a 0 matrix multiplied with any other matrix is a 0 matrix. Now let's further solve it. A square, A into A inverse is I, 6A, A into A inverse is I, 5 times of I plus 11 times of A inverse equals to a 0 matrix. Then further, A square into I will be A square, 6A into I will be A plus 5I plus 11 times of A inverse. Now we need to find A inverse, so we'll keep this 11 times of A inverse on one side and transpose all other 3 matrices on right side. So this minus 6A will become 6A, A square will become minus A square, and plus will become minus 5I. Now we have all these values with us, so let's substitute the values. 6 times of A is already given in the question, minus A square also we have calculated in the beginning, this is the value of A square, and minus 5 times of I will give us 500, 050, 005. Now let's solve it again. First element will be 6 into 1 6, minus 4 minus 5. Next will be 6 into 1 6 minus 2, and from here we'll get 0, so no need to write that. Then 6 into 1 is 6 minus 1, again 0, so we are not writing it. 6 into 1 6 minus 3 is plus 3, again 0, so we will not write. 6 into 2 12 minus 8 minus 5. 6 into minus 3 is minus 18, minus minus plus 14. Next will be 6 into 2 12 minus 7, and here 0, so we are not writing it. Then 6 into minus 1 minus 6, minus minus plus 3, again 0 from here, and 6 into 3 is 18, minus 14, and minus of 5. So this way our final expression or final matrix is minus 3, 4, 5. So these values we are getting after solving them. 6 plus 3, 9, then 12 minus 8 minus 5 is minus 1, minus 18 plus 14 is minus 14, 12 minus 7 is 5, minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3, 18 minus 14 is 4, minus 5 is minus 1. So this is the value of 11 times of A inverse. So let's transpose this scalar 11 also. So your A inverse will be nothing but 1 upon 11 times of this matrix. So we have calculated our A inverse, but we have not used any elementary operation, and we have not used method of adjoint also. So this is a very important question. Now you all will try question number 16 also, because the question number 16 is exactly same as question number 14, and it is a very important question. Our next question is question number 17. In question number 17, it is given that if A is a non-singular matrix of order 3, then what will be the determinant of adjoint A? Now if A is a non-singular matrix, it means that determinant of A is non-zero. Now they are asking us the value of determinant of adjoint A. So here we will use our result which we have discussed in the previous class, that determinant of adjoint A is nothing but determinant of A raised to the power n minus 1, where n is nothing but the order of A. So we will use this result here. Determinant of adjoint A is equals to determinant of A raised to the power. In place of n, we will substitute the value of n, which is 3 here in this question. So 3 minus 1, and 3 minus 1 is nothing but 2. So value of determinant of adjoint A is coming out to be determinant of A square. So our right answer is option number B. Next question, question number 18. The question is, A is invertible matrix of order 2. Find determinant of A inverse. Now let's see. If A is invertible, we already know that determinant of A is non-zero, or we can say that A is a non-singular matrix. So if A is invertible, one thing is clear, that determinant of A is non-zero. We can write it like this, or we can also write it like this. These two are just the notations. So determinant of A is non-zero. Now we'll start our solution with this result. We know that any matrix multiplied with its inverse, it will give us identity. Let's take determinant on both the sides. On left hand side, determinant of product of two matrices is nothing but the determinant of A into determinant of A inverse. This result has been already given to you. And determinant of any identity matrix is nothing but 1. So from this, determinant of A inverse will be nothing but 1 upon determinant of A. We have divided both the sides with determinant of A. So this, either you write it this way or you write it like this, both are same. So determinant of A inverse is nothing but 1 upon determinant of A. So our right option is option number B. Now you please try remaining questions of exercise 4.5. Thank you.